Welcome back, guys, to a brand new episode of We Were Baby Couch Quickies.
What's up, everybody? Thanks for joining us again.
I'm your host, Nadia. Joined with me is Omar. Once again,
That's right.
every day of my life. He is here. Oh, man. All right. Well, check it. Today, we are going to be talking about guilty pleasures.
That's right. You ready?
Ready?
You ready?
Okay, ready. Hold on. 20 minutes on the clock.
Uh-oh.
I feel really dumb today. Because normally I say set my alarm for 20 minutes. And I was like, why did I say 20 minutes?
20 minutes.
I was like, I hope she understands.
On the clock.
I hope she understands me. Okay. She's doing it. So look at that. And I can even see the countdown.
Yeah, no, I saw it.
That's actually better. All right. I'm going to do that from now on.
Okay.
All right. Let's go. Guilty pleasures. Omar.
Yes.
When you I know you were asking everyone this. You were saying to everyone, when you think of guilty pleasures, what is the first thing that you think of?
Whenever someone says, hey, what's a guilty pleasure of yours?
Mm-hmm.
I immediately go to movies.
Of course. Because you love movies.
Because and I know, I guess it's kind of one of those things that I know that the movies that are guilty pleasures, because they're not like my favorite movies in the world, but the ones that I'm like, I really like these.
They're specifically guilty pleasures.
Yeah. Like, I know people are always like, why? So to me, that's
tell
like
us.
the essence of a guilty pleasure. What about you, though? Before we move on, what about you?
What do you mean? We haven't moved on. You haven't even told us what your guilty pleasure movies are.
Oh, you just want to go straight into movies?
Yeah, get into it. Go.
Oh,
we'll
okay.
start with movies.
All right. So, how many?
Because I
are we
don't
doing?
really... I think when you asked me that, I was like, I guess shows. So I guess it encompasses a lot for me. I don't know.
Right. But when somebody says, give me just what's one of your guilty pleasures, you immediately go to TV shows?
Yeah, I guess I go to TV shows.
Okay.
But let's start with movies.
All right, cool. How many movies are we doing?
Oh, Jesus. Can you just pick one?
Because I probably have a bunch. But you know what? I will say that the guilty pleasure movie that I get the most reaction out of is Deuce Bigelow, European Gigolo.
You love that movie.
I do. Now it's obviously the second in the Deuce Bigelow saga. But that's
Wait, how many are there?
There's only two.
Oh.
That's how good it is. They didn't need to make any more. No, I fuck with that movie hard. Like it's to me it's funny. Like, I don't know. It's really like what you would expect from a Rob Schneider.
Yeah.
Like
I love
not
Rob Schneider, by the way.
It's not highbrow humor.
Yes.
It's not, it's of its time too. The
Cheap
jokes.
jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I can't I can't not watch it. Like,
yeah, you love that movie.
and I also think that a big reason for it is that the whole thing takes place in Amsterdam.
Mm-hmm.
And I love Amsterdam, so it's just kind of cool to like be like, oh, like I fuck with
The setting
vibe
is
of the
somewhere that
setting
you
of the
love.
movie.
Yeah.
And some of the jokes are just they've become like
Yeah, you and Mark are always
they've become
saying
like
them all the time.
catchphrases
All the damn time.
So you know what I mean? But I'll stand on that. Like, I'll plant my flag on that. Deuce Bigelow, European Gigolo.
Well, before I get to mine, I just thought to myself right now, I was like, okay, what do you think makes something a guilty pleasure? Because I have the definition here.
Oh, really? Okay. I would say that for me, it's like that. Like what I explained about the movie, it's something that what you would consider like everybody else
The norm.
would like, let's say, make fun of you for or would not agree with you on.
Right.
And it's stuff like that. Like, you're like, oh, if you were to say oh, my favorite movie is Showgirls.
I love Showgirls.
Also a good movie.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
But that's like one of those kind of things. I feel like now people will be like, oh, it's a cult. That's a cult movie or a cult, whatever. But it's like, for a while, people looked at you like you were crazy for liking that movie.
Yeah, yeah.
And I didn't pick another example because we got other topics to go through. So
yeah, for sure.
who knows if I picked one of yours.
Well, no, you're pretty spot on.
Okay,
so,
cool.
A guilty pleasure is an activity or piece of media that someone enjoys, okay, never mind. I might keep going. Piece of media that someone enjoys but would be embarrassed by if other people found out about it. These might be books, movies, TV shows, foods, etc. Generally, the guilty pleasure is something that might be viewed as shameful by some people, like trashy novels or overdone rom-coms.
Right.
So there you go. Because I think someone at your job told you that one of their guilty pleasures was having a really expensive meal, and you were like,
yeah,
I don't know if that qualifies.
You don't want to shit on people, right? But I was just like, I don't know. I was like, but I just went with it like, oh, okay, cool. But to me, I'm like, who's going to make you feel guilty about that? Like someone who's like, I don't have, please, sir.
Poor people.
I have no money. You know what I mean?
That don't have money.
That I understand. But it's like, if you're like, oh, I like a fancy dinner. Like, I felt like he was internalizing the guilty part of it.
That's what I was going to say. I would argue that there's another layer to it that you could add, making it that you feel guilty that you're doing this or that you're enjoying it or whatever, that you feel guilty about it. So
and I guess because I never thought about it that way.
Uh-huh.
Like I was just real quick to dismiss it. Like, nah.
You're like, that's not embarrassing.
But when you think about it, it's like, hey, whatever it means to you is what it means to you.
Right, right. I'm so bad at remembering like what the things that I like. Like it's so bad. Like,
you don't know what you like?
I know what I like, but like I was like, what
but
is
like
guilty about it? Like I was thinking, because I love Sex in the City, but that's not guilty. Like people love that.
Right.
I really love Blue Crush.
Okay, I would argue
That's kind of a
that's
guilty
one of them.
pleasure.
Yeah, because I don't like that movie.
But I can't think of anything that's embarrassing movie wise, or like, unless you know of ones that I like. I can't think of it right now.
Well, you know what?
I thought long and hard about it.
I would say that one of like our guilty pleasure movies, which now I don't know if it would qualify as that, but for a while is Willow.
Oh, that's not a guilty pleasure.
Dude, I've told people that we like Willow, and people are like, yeah.
Who are these people?
A lot more people than you'd think. Mark, for one.
Mark knows nothing about cinema. I wouldn't judge his opinion. What movies do you even like?
Have you heard of a guy named Ron Howard?
Do you know who Val Kilmer is? No, it's I have to really, it's gonna come across one day, and then I'm gonna say it in one of the episodes and be like, I remember it now.
All right, well, let's move on to something you remember.
No, because I think more, when I think of guilty pleasures, I think more of TV shows and trash TV and reality TV, because to me that's all guilty pleasures. And it's like, I'm like, why am I watching this? This is such a waste of time.
Okay, so
of my life.
So let's move on
my
to
brain
TV
cells.
shows.
Okay, are you ready? I have a whole list.
Yeah, no. Well, if you're ready, I'm ready.
Okay. I was obsessed with Jersey Shore. What an excellent guilty pleasure.
What an excellent. Okay.
I mean, that's literally all that is. It's pure guilty pleasure.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
Like, did you ever watch it?
I caught some episodes. Like, I never watched a season of it.
Right.
But it was always on.
Yeah, they played it a lot.
Yeah. And it was always some shit going down on it.
Always.
Like, you know what I mean? Like people fighting.
Always.
It was either fighting or dancing or yelling or dancing or
they were always
or
drunk.
laundry or
yeah. Great show.
I mean, that's it's good for what it is. Like, yeah, definitely.
And then you have the Real World Road Rules Challenge.
I never watched that.
I got you to watch it recently. Remember?
Yeah, we watched it on like Netflix or something.
I think it's on one of the streaming services. Is it Netflix?
It might have been, but
They
wasn't
brought
it
it
just
back.
like the challenge?
Yeah, it's the challenge.
Okay.
But what it is they take people from the real world, veterans from the real world, and the road rules the road rules. And they make teams and they compete in this challenge. And I can't even remember how many seasons there are of it, but there's a lot of seasons. And then you have like the people that have been on it from day one that come back. And it's like I feel like people that watch that show are really about that show. Like when I find people that are into it, they're like, oh yeah, and they know all the same people. And it's crazy because one of the girls on that show went to Paul Mitchell when I was at Paul Mitchell.
Oh, really?
Evelyn. Yeah, it was so random.
You were like, yo, you crushed it on that.
I just pretended
on
like
that
I didn't
rope.
really watch it.
Oh, you shaded her?
No, I didn't shade her. I was cool with her, but I didn't bring it up.
All right, you played it cool.
I played it cool.
Yeah, all right. That makes more sense. That's more your steez.
I think I did mention it like one time we had a quick convo, but it wasn't anything major. And of course, the VH1 classics. We have Rock of Love.
Guilty.
Guilty. Omar loves Rock of Love. We have Flavor of Love.
Guilty.
Oh, so good. And I Love New York.
Didn't like that
You didn't
one.
like that one?
Nah. I was never a fan of New York.
That's a shame.
She was not my steez.
I mean,
but all of the of loves, all about it.
all of them.
All about it.
They're
I even
so
watched.
good.
God, okay. I didn't watch I Love New York, and I didn't watch The Chances.
I watched
Like
a little bit of
twins
that
or whatever
one.
they
Yeah,
were, brothers.
yeah.
I didn't watch that, but I watched all the Rock of Love.
It was like Chance at Love or something.
1,
like that.
2, Bus, Dumpster of Love, wherever they ended
We
up staying at the end, like in a I
Yeah.
don't know, in a trash bag. I watched it.
Yeah.
And then there was the Flavor of Loves,
Mhm.
and then I watched the Tila Tequila one.
Oh yeah, Tila
I
Tequila.
watched the Tila Tequila
That one was, what was that one called? And that was the first one where they had like, she was the people on that show were trying to date her, and it was men and women.
Yeah, it was like all holes open with Tila Tequila.
Wow.
Or something like
Wow, all holes.
that. No, seriously.
Wow.
Whatever that one was, there was an Italian guy that got his own show off of that show. Like he was.
Which one?
I don't know, but like a very, very Italian, like almost like, is this guy putting on a joke?
Remember.
Yeah, and then he got his own show.
Okay.
But like he was like a
What was
nobody.
the one? What was the one? Oh, now I can't think of it right now. But Vern Troyer was on it.
Oh my god!
Remember? And he kept
That
getting
was,
drunk and wheeling around in his little thing and pissing everywhere.
Yeah, that was
R.I.P. Vern. What was
it
that one?
called?
I don't know. They had.
Oh, it's
they
on
had,
the tip of my tongue,
Well,
and I
after-
can't remember what it's called. But
Well, after that one, they had one called I Love Money.
yeah,
and
see,
they
by then
took
they
all
took
of
all
those
the people, right?
and
Yeah,
turned it into like a competition show
yeah.
where they had to compete for money and stuff. It's gonna come to us.
I
can't
wasn't
remember.
into competition shows at the time.
Oh, what?
Like that wasn't,
Are competition shows considered? I guess they could. No,
I don't know.
they're not that trashy. I think anything that's more trashy, I feel like, is more like
Right,
all the
but I-
Housewives I watched forever too.
I also
had to
think
stop
like,
watching
that
those.
your guilty pleasure for TV, it really just encompassed all in reality TV.
What do you mean?
Well, like everything you've mentioned, it's all reality TV.
Yeah, that's what I
So
was saying.
that's like, yeah.
Yeah, it's all
I was like, I'm waiting for something else to show up, but I was like,
No.
no, it's literally all reality.
because that's all the
TV.
trash, like 90 Day Fiance is really good too for guilty pleasures. And I did like a questionnaire kind of thing on my IG to ask what everyone's guilty
it-
pleasures were, and that one came up multiple
Really?
times. Oh yeah, and that's Nas and Darla's guilty pleasure. They love 90 Day, and it's good though. It's really interesting. You're
That's
just
cool.
like, what is happening?
I think as far as TV is concerned, like I think my guilty pleasure would be the fact that it's definitely not for adults. Like
Phineas.
yeah, yeah,
For sure.
absolutely.
Because I'm like, why do you watch that?
Absolutely. I really like Phineas and Ferb.
Oh my god.
And now that we have Disney Plus, it's like all on there. I don't know. It's
Oh, going back to movies,
Mhm.
I will say, because other people said this too, and I agree.
okay.
I think rom-coms are kind of a guilty pleasure. I love all rom-coms.
Okay.
I mean, like,
what's your favorite rom com?
there's The Wedding Planner. There's
Wait, can you guys hear the ice cream man outside? I don't know if the mics are picking that up, but it's making me want some ice cream.
I don't know.
But okay, that works.
I can't think right now, but
Like
there's a bunch.
I have a rom com, or what they used to call chick flicks or whatever,
Okay.
that I like. That's always, it could be considered
Which one?
that. I
Which
guess.
one?
Is it the Oh, no, I don't know
Made
what
in
it's called.
Manhattan. I
Nah.
knew it.
Ugh, what?
I'm just
Made in
kidding.
Manhattan. Is that with J-Lo?
Yeah.
No. The one with
And Ralph
shit. Is it the sweet?
Fiennes?
Is it the sweetest
Fiennes?
thing?
Oh, that one's really
Is that
good.
the one with
That's Cameron Diaz
yes
and Christina Applegate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that one's
Selma
really good.
Blair.
And Selma Blair.
Yeah.
That's a good movie.
That movie's funny.
Yeah, that movie's funny. Yeah, that's a chick flick for sure.
That
And
movie
it's funny.
has some really good scenes in it, though.
I haven't seen it in a minute. Okay, let's move on to food.
Okay,
Guilty pleasure food.
you go first.
Okay, anything smothered in cheese.
Yeah.
Or smeared in cream cheese. Smeared and smothered.
Nice.
I love cream cheese. It's such a problem. It's so good.
I feel like a lot of people like cream cheese.
They do. So what would be a guilty pleasure of food? I don't know. Like it has to be embarrassing that you like it.
Well, yeah. I mean,
so if
we're
it's
going by that-
embarrassing, then it's my cupcake wrapper.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good one. Oh, but you already talked about it.
It's
on the
fine.
previous
Not
show.
everybody watched.
Just tell it
Okay,
again for the
so-
people actually watching instead of listening.
Let me just embarrass myself once more
Yeah, on video.
on video. So long story short, when I was a kid,
Long story short, when I was a kid, you're like giving backstory instead of just saying long story short. Da. You're like, long story short, long ago in the days of yore.
I used to take the cupcake wrapper and, some people would like to maybe lick off the remnants and crumbs of the cake. I would stick the whole thing in my mouth and I would chew it and all the cake would come out and then I would spit out the wrapper. Yes, I know I'm nasty. I don't do it anymore.
It's honestly, it's probably the most efficient way to get all of that off of
the
that.
guiltiest thing ever.
There it is.
You guys should try it. See what it's about.
Oh, that's so funny.
So yeah, that's mine. What's yours?
I think mine would be. I don't do it as much anymore, but I do it once in a while.
Eat your mocos.
When have you ever seen that?
It just fit well in there.
Imagine if that's what I said. I was like,
Have you ever?
I like to eat my boogers.
Okay,
No,
go.
I would say it's like just a flour tortilla with mayonnaise on it.
Oh.
yeah, not a lot, but I don't know why. Like it was one of
I
those where
like
there was
mayo,
nothing
though.
to
I
eat,
shouldn't lie.
and I was like, well, at least mayo's got some flavor. So I put it on a flour tortilla and I rolled it up like like a flauta, right? Like
Yeah, I mean, I do that with butter.
yeah. See, that's
That
weird
makes
to me.
way more sense. Melted butter on a tortilla versus mayonnaise.
What?
Guys,
You haven't had a wrap?
DM me.
Yes,
Let me know which one
everybody
you think is worse.
One is like a sandwich that you
See,
didn't have any,
but people-
any produce or
I feel like people
protein
have
cheese.
like this like disdain towards mayo, even though people like mayo. People like mayo.
I actually,
Pretend like they don't like mayo.
yeah, I actually don't hate on Miracle Whip.
Oh no.
We never buy it, and I don't like it.
That's
I don't eat
foul.
it enough,
Mm-mm.
but I've had Miracle Whip, and it's not bad.
That's foul.
You think it's foul?
I don't want marshmallow in my sandwich.
Marshmallow.
That's what it is like marshmallow fluff.
Miracle
It's
Whip?
sweet.
You're thinking of Cool Whip.
No.
Miracle
I'm gonna
Whip?
look it up.
Miracle Whip is basically like a salad dressing.
No. What? Salad dressing? You don't even know what you're eating.
Oh my God. I know. I don't think it's marshmallow.
It's sweet. It's disgusting.
This show has gotten way more exciting right now, except that she's looking at her phone.
I'm trying to look it up.
Uh-huh. We need
Well, why don't
researcher Mark to do
you
something.
carry the conversation while I research?
All right. Well, if you want to know another guilty pleasure topic that we were talking about was oh my God, what was the other topic? Now I forgot because I'm too invested.
There's
in this.
activities. We have movies, shows, food, activities.
Like a guilty pleasure activity.
Yeah, like something that you
I like to fart in public. Like something like that.
I like to crop dust through a crowd.
That would be such a good one. Be like, oh, okay, guys, guilty pleasure.
I actually did it right. Crowd. I wrote down. Seriously. I wrote down one, but it's like now that I really know the
definition.
Yeah, I'm like that doesn't really work because I'd be like sleeping, but that's not
sleeping.
That doesn't work. I love to sleep, so like my guilty pleasure is sleeping, but that doesn't work. I can't find any information on this Miracle Whip.
That's because I don't think you're right.
Well, look at that. Time is up. Oh, look. Another difference that Miracle Whip has more sugar added. It contains both high fructose corn syrup and sugar.
Mm-hmm. That doesn't make it a marshmallow.
Okay, hold on. Let me see. It's sweet, and I don't like that it's sweet.
I mean, I would get
Miracle Whip sweet?
That's not the question we're talking about.
That's what I'm talking about. That's why I don't like it.
I mean, I agree with you that it's like it's.
While mayonnaise is tangy and rich,
right,
Miracle Whip is uniquely sweet because it contains added sugar and a blend of spices, including mustard, paprika, and garlic.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a no for me. So, do you want to hear about what our listeners had to say?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Let's see what the people are talking about. Smoking copious amounts of weed while I watch Intervention.
Intervention.
That's great.
Wow. All right.
That's great. That was from Lazy Girl Tan.
Nice.
Someone said brownies. I fucks with those heavy.
No judgment on the brownies. No judgment on Intervention either.
I mean, those are not embarrassing.
Nah.
Unless you eat a whole thing of it to yourself, a whole box.
Still, it's kind of okay.
Trashy reality TV once again.
Right.
Okay, this one's been coming up a lot, and we haven't seen it. Currently watching Too Hot to Handle and eating Kettle Lay's, the honey habanero flavor.
Those are good.
So, have you seen Too Hot to Handle or know what that's about?
Is that the one where they're on an island? Oh, I do. Okay, if I'm not mistaken, that is a show where they're on an island and sexual activity or kissing or anything having to do with physical.
Oh, they're not allowed to do anything.
Money.
That's the one?
Yeah, like I think you get penalized. I might be way off, and I'm sorry, guys, if I am, but I think that it's that. It's like, hey, if you kiss, it costs you this much, and then you end up losing all your money.
No, I think you're right, because today, actually, I went on my Netflix app, and it was showing all the new shows or whatever. And when you scroll through them, it shows you a quick clip of it. And I saw a clip. I didn't know it was that one, but it was like a dating show. It was that show you're describing.
Right.
And the girl was like, I just really like him. Like, I hope he doesn't do anything with anyone. And she's like rooming with this guy. Right. And then the next scene, he's talking with this other girl on the beach. And the girl is just like, so are you into anyone over here? She's like biting her lip. And it's so funny to me because he's getting so flustered. He's just like, I mean, yeah, I have a roommate, but like he's all uncomfortable. I'm like, man, look at them. Look at this guy. He can't even answer her properly because she's just like biting her lip and like
they didn't say anything
tossing
about
her
the
hair.
money?
No, it was a quick clip of a scene.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if I'm correct about that part.
I think it is.
All right. What else did they say? Was that it? Because we're over time, right?
Hot Cheetos, Disney movies, and We Everywhere Baby podcast. Woo.
Never be guilty.
That was from Noemia. No. See, I can't read people's handles because I don't know where to start and where to stop, where to pause. It says Noemia Lex _. Pimple popping and extraction videos.
Okay, no, I can't.
That's a good one.
Nah, I don't.
I like it. I'm into it. I like it.
Like I will say,
pimple popper.
It doesn't gross me out, but I don't. Yeah, so that's a good one.
That's a good one. 90 Day Fiance, reality TV shows, lots of weed, Circle on Netflix. Oh my God, it's so good. Spice World, the movie. That's a great one. I agree. Myra _GDM.
That's hilarious.
Vanessa Renee, 11, enjoys decorating and cleaning as her guilty pleasure. If you're married, your husband is very lucky.
Yeah.
Please let me clean.
There's probably a ton of pillows everywhere. Like they're decorative pillows.
Toxic men, send help.
All right, that's a good one.
That's a good one. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Any season of The Real Housewives, especially a reunion special. That reunion, man. It's the reunions are definitely guilty pleasures because you have a whole season of housewives talking shit about each other, and then they all watch it, and then they come together and talk about what they saw. And shit gets crazy. And that's all where I'm gonna leave it at.
Did you ever watch that Bad Girls show?
I did for a little bit. That one was almost too much for me.
I heard
it
that,
was
I heard
a
that
lot.
was crazy. I never watched it, but everyone was always like Bad Girls group or
club. Bad Girls Club.
Yeah, so it was always kind of.
It was a lot. It was just constant fighting and all this kind of stuff. And that's how I feel about housewives too. And it's like, no disrespect to older women, but like after a while, I'm just like, I'm really sitting here watching these women in like their 50s like argue about stupid shit. Like, what is happening? Like,
when they have
are we grown here?
When they have so much money, you could just be having a chill life.
I mean, and that's, producers. Those are producers stirring the pot, creating, that's reality TV for you. But yeah, I think that's where we'll leave that.
That sounds good. So what did we learn today, guys? Reality TV and Deuce Bigelow.
And try eating a cupcake wrapper. Don't knock it till you try it.
All stuff that we want to be, that we want to feel guilty about, but we can't stop doing it. So
I'm still in shock that I shared that, by the way.
I mean,
it was supposed to be my dirty little secret.
Well, it's not that bad.
Okay, cool.
Cupcakes are pretty good.
Yeah, that's really goody.
I feel like I missed out on. Well, when you say you were a little kid, so it's like, come on, it's not like you were
I'm trying to think of the last one I did.
I
was like, this is my last one. I'm not doing this anymore.
After this, I'm an adult.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm too old for this. I'm wearing a bra now.
You had a quinceañera where it was just a cupcake cake. You're just like, everybody give me the wrapper.
Yeah. Save your wrapper.
This is my big going out.
It's so disturbing. It's so hot in here. We need to go. I need to get out of here.
Oh, all right. Thanks a lot for joining us again on another Couch Quickie. Again, I am your host, Omar. Second host, co-host, amazing host, Nadia Moham. You can find us on Instagram at We Everywhere Baby Podcast and on our individual handles.
Individual.
I tried to get away with it and she wouldn't let me.
Individual.
You get a high five on that one.
Bye guys. See you next time.
Bye. Oh, good times.